Hello and welcome back. On this episode, I get to travel to Fantasyland. The AMG has a little accident. And I get motivational at the end of the video. So stick around. I'm here in the AMG, and one thing, if you live in Florida, or visit in Florida, it's almost a requirement for you to go and visit Fantasyland. So I'm heading my way to Fantasyland. I don't have cameras in the car, so I won't be able to film as I go, but I'll see you when I get there. I'm also traveling with my trusty Uniden R3 radar detector. Not that I speed or anything like that, but it helps me. You know what it helps with. I have finally arrived to Fantasyland. As you know, Florida has a Fantasyland as well as California has a Fantasyland, but I bet to say that most states have at least one Fantasyland, if not many. In case, the name of Fantasyland is Motorsports. They have an amazing selection of exotic cars. Even though I told you I wouldn't do reviews of exotic cars, I thought it would be fine to drool for a few moments and look at some of the cars that they have on display here. I talked to Alexander, one of the sales associates here, and they said it would be okay. So I'll show you around from probably the most inexpensive to the most expensive. You can buy a few houses with the price of one of these cars, but it's still a beautiful car. So let's go and do that. Quattro Folio, and it is advertised for about $60,000, $59,995. It's a 2018 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quattrofolio in Misano blue metallic and black with 13,000 miles on it. A beautiful, beautiful car. I happened to drive one of these in one of my visits to Italy. I was able actually to rent it. So it's a nice handling car, beautiful car. On the list is the Lotus Evora. This one in particular has a sticker price. It's brand new, by the way. It's a 2020 Lotus Evora GT, and it has a sticker price of only $107,000. It's a beautiful blue color, dark blue. Remember again, this is in Naples Motorsports. If you are in the Naples area, worth paying a visit. When I was moving back to Florida, this is one of the cars that I considered. Maserati granturismo, in this case red. And let's see what the specs are on this one. Well, not the specs, but the price and description. It's a 2018 Maserati Granturismo. The sports cabriolet, obviously, is convertible. And it sells, or is listed for $115,000. Beautiful, beautiful car. You've got those wheels with a trident, yep, the trademark of Maserati. More into the luxury driving experience. Here is a Rolls-Royce Dawn in dark blue. This one is a used one, I believe. Yep, it's a 2016, and it has 6,500 miles, and it's only listed for $270,000. It's a steal at that price. Or you can buy a small house. Next to it is a Porsche, and this Porsche bright orange is, let me see what it is. It's a 2016 Porsche 911 Turbo, and it's listed for $140,000. Another nice sports car. And one of my favorite, reasonably, well, maybe affordable cars is the Karma Revero. It's a fully electric car, but it also has an engine that basically serves as a power plant for the electric motor. This one in particular, let me see, look around it. This one in particular, let's see, is a, let me see, I can read it, 2020 Revero GT is brand new and is listed for only $147,000. A beautiful, beautiful car. I'm at Naples Motorsports, and we'll take a look at other cars too on display here on the outside, and then I take you to the piece of resistance, which is actually inside. And for the Ferrari aficionados, we have a GTC Lusso and 3 red Ferrari California. You see the Lusso is listed at, I think it's used also. It's a 2019 Ferrari GTC 4 Lusso, and it's listed for only $260,000. Again, a steal at that price. And let's see at least one of the Ferrari Californias. This is a 2018 Ferrari California with only short of 5,000 miles, and it's listed for $190,000. And there was a Mustang GTO, I think, for GT. That's the California, that's another California, and that's another California. And this one goes to Mike at AutoFreeWay. I think this is his car, but in red, obviously. This is white. It's an F12 Berlinetta. I don't know if that's the same model that he has. I know it's an F12. This one is a 2014 F12 Berlinetta with only 3,000 miles, and it's listed at $254,995. Again, a steal at that price with that mileage. And this is another one. This is a, I think it's black, either that or dark brown. No, it's black. It is black, and it's a 2014, also F12 Berlinetta, with only 5,800 miles at a steal at $240,000. And you can see it's from Naples Motorsports here in Naples, Florida. What a beautiful car. I'm not sure if this one is for sale, but it's definitely one of my favorites. I'm a Mercedes aficionado. I love Mercedeses, and this is a GT AMG 6.3. Actually, no, it's an FLS, not a GT. My bad. But it is just beautiful. It is convertible. A 6.3 liter engine. Beautiful car. Next to a Bentley convertible. And this is a 2019 Ferrari Portofino. Beautiful color combination, white with the yellow calipers, and obviously the Ferrari insignia in yellow. And this one has only 600 miles, and it's listed for $259,995. Again, a steal at that price with that low mileage. And here we have a McLaren 570 GT in black. Beautiful, another beautiful car. It's not a car with a tan or camo interior. And this one is listed, it only has, let me see if I can read it, 3 miles, only 3 miles. And it's listed for $165,000. I mean, I think this is a great price for that kind of car. And of course, if you're talking about supercars, you can have a list of supercars with a Lamborghini. This is a Lamborghini Cabriolet, convertible obviously, in a baby blue color, and it is a 2014 Gallardo LP 560 for Spider, and it's listed, it has only 720 miles, and it's listed for only $160,000. I mean, I know I don't necessarily endorse supercars, but at that price, I think it's a steal. I mean, compared to, not compared, but also with the McLaren, at that price, these cars are well priced, not overpriced. especially with the amount of mileage that it has, which is basically new. Okay, so somebody bought it in 2014, and I think that parked it most of the time. 720 miles, that's nothing. And it has a light tan interior. And these are the complete lines of it. So, and again, remember, is Naples Motorsports. Piece de Resistance, a 2015 McLaren P1. Beautiful, beautiful car. And if you're in the market for one, this one only is listed for, it only has 492 miles, and it's only listed for $1,888,500. Or maybe you would rather have the Lamborghini Aventador for a cool 330,000 miles, dollars, $330,000, and it only has 4,700 miles in it. Already gifted, or ready for a gift. Look at that. Beautiful interior, tan interior, beautiful dark blue. I hope that you visit that you enjoy the visit to Fantasyland, otherwise known as Naples Motorsports. If you're in the market for one of these beautiful cars, I think they're very, very well priced. I have seen other cars, comparable cars, at much more than this. And actually, I need to ask Mike, but I think he bought his car at a price higher than the one they have listed here. With less mileage, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But again, look into Naples Motorsports if you want to buy one of these cars, or maybe you'd rather have a house. I don't know. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, that's probably going to be the last time that I do supercars because it's not for everybody. Not everybody's in the market for them. Some of them, though, the Giulia, for example, Quadrifoglio, is an affordable car. It's a beautiful car, and it's fun to ride. Like I said, I did it in Italy, and it's a fun car to ride. And there are others that are also priced in the low 50s, mid 50s to high 50s, which are nice cars to drive and beautiful. Then obviously you get into the more expensive ones, like the Rivero, the Karma Rivero, or obviously the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis, but even the McLaren that I showed you before, the 570. At 165, I think it was, with I don't know, I can't remember the mileage, but very low miles I think it's a steal. Not for everybody, obviously, but it's a steal. If you're in the market for that car, you have the money, can afford the payments, buy it cash. They probably do financing. I don't know. In my modestly priced AMG C63S Mercedes-Benz, and back down to reality. So I'm gonna start driving back home, and maybe I'll do a couple of stops in between. There's a Mercedes-Benz dealership here that I saw. Maybe stop there for a bit, and a VW dealership also that I saw. Maybe we can take a look at the GTI and the GLI, which were recommended by Car and Driver. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately I was backing up from the garage and somebody left a basket that got lodged between
the car and the wall. So I got this ripped in the plastic dip. So the color may be coming off sooner than later.
Hey guys, well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to stop by the dealerships because, as Florida weather goes, started raining right as I got there. So that will be a video for another occasion. One more thing about the supercars. You know, even though they're awfully expensive, they are not necessarily out of your reach. You know, if you're set your mind to getting one next few years, whatever, you know, works towards it. You know, focus on achieving that, and it may be one of your dreams that you may be able to achieve. You know, it may take a while, but you know, look for opportunities too, where you might be able to accomplish, you know, what you want to do in life, whether it's owning a Lamborghini Aventador, a Ferrari F12, whatever it is. You know, if that's one of your dreams, you know, work towards it and try to achieve it sooner than later. It doesn't matter if it is later, but that's one of the things that you may be able to do. Just look for the opportunities. One thing also to consider, as I did, you know, I was looking for not necessarily supercars, but I considered a couple of them when I was coming back from the Middle East. But I saw this opportunity. I saw the opportunity of a car that is a great car, didn't have many issues with it. And you can go to Copart, for example, online and find similar deals. Do your due diligence, inspect the car, have somebody that is trained in inspecting cars do it for you, and you might be able, sooner than later, to get a supercar if you can get over the stigma of having a salvage title. I don't care about it. I'm not planning necessarily, even though I said I may sell it in the future. I'm not looking forward to it. So I may just keep it for a while. And even if I sell it, yeah, so what if it has a salvage title? You know, it is in great condition, and I've been driving it for 14,000 miles now, I think, and it's performing flawlessly. So similarly, you know, you may be able to find a supercar, if that's what you want, or even a regular car or a very good car that only has cosmetic damage for the most part. Don't go for those that have water damage, because you don't know the extent of that water damage. It may have been underwater for all I know, for all you know. But if it has cosmetic damage on the sides and the front, whatever, as long as it doesn't have any structural damage or any mechanical damage or even electrical damage, and there are those opportunities out there, but you have to look for them. So one of the things that I wanted to mention regarding that, you know, find yourself a good mechanic that has done restorations before, and, you know, consult with that person as to whether that particular purchase may be a good purchase. Doesn't have, as I said before, doesn't have to be a supercar. It can be any other cars. I mean, there are plenty. If you go to Copart online, you'll see plenty of cars for sale, for auction. And some are open to the public, so you don't have to be like a registered dealer or registered, I don't know, repair shop or whatever. Some are open to the public. But as I said, you have to do your due diligence before you bid in those cars. But there may be some great opportunities there. I know that I found one. Actually, I found more than one in the past. So it's a good opportunity to get a car that may not be accessible economically right now, but it's still a great car. If you want to keep the car for a while, so get over the stigma of the salvage title. If what you want is actually to get a car and then sell it eventually, well, the buyer may not be totally convinced about buying a salvage title. As long as you have a good history for that car. Carfax, for example, may give you a good history on that particular car, so that will be a good tool also, especially if you, again, planning on selling the car. If you plan on keeping it for a long time, I wouldn't even worry about the salvage title. Make sure that your insurance company will cover the car. My insurance company, which is Geico, didn't have an issue with it. The rate were as competitive as it was a new car or just a regular used car, so they didn't, you know, jack up the price for coverage. So, you know, think about that one. So enough for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'll be doing another one soon. You know, as I said, you know, stopping by some of the dealerships, and I started looking and the potential cars that the channel hopefully will give away in the near future, hopefully near future and not long term from now. But as I said, we have overcome the first hurdle, which was the subscribers. Now we need the time, which is the time viewed of videos, which is 4,000 hours. I think we haven't even reached the 1,000 hours yet, so I'll keep putting out content, hopefully content that people will watch the entire video. You know, if you don't want to watch the entire video, just let it run, basically. You don't even have to watch it, I think. So yeah, until next time, peace. Take care.